So I'm playing Fortnite. I go into my garden where my sprites are, kind of cruising around, and I find a cave, a tunnel. So I go in the tunnel, follow the tunnel all the way till it ends, and I look up and I see light, daylight. I thought that was interesting. So I try to get a closer look, and I decide to try to jump through. So after a couple of attempts, I make it through, and I'm sort of stuck in between the higher ground and the cave. So I'm just trying to get out. I end up finding a way out, and I'm in a wormhole that took me behind the game. So I'm on the back end of the game. Now, I've never seen anything like this. I don't know if anybody has ever seen anything like this. This is the new season. So I kind of just cruise through here for the next 5-10 minutes, and I just kind of check things out, try to find a way out. This is underneath the tree. That's the bottom of the waterfall. Pretty interesting. You could see, underneath the mountains, you could see all these different things uh, that normally we don't get a chance to see. So this is like the back end of Fortnite rocks. Again, this is the bottom of the waterfall. Now, at some point coming up soon, I end up getting out, and it wasn't intentional. So here's another view. This is the bottom of the cave. So where I was running earlier through the cave, this is underneath, and you can see there's like a flower pot there. So I end up popping out right there. You seen I was underground, and I just popped right back up. So I decided, let me see if I could do it again. And first try, did it again. And then I went right back to kind of just exploring, checking things out. This time I kind of came up in a different place. You can see I'm underneath the grass there. There's the roots of a tree. Kind of crazy looking. So this is basically my part of the island, my portion where my sprites are. You can see a building down there. I don't know how this works, but you can clearly see there's a building down there. So those are the drains That was the drains of the building, draining water out. So right there, it kind of looks like I'm out, but I'm really not. I'm still kind of stuck underneath. I was trying to kind of deep dive there to get underneath those rocks, all that mountain. So I ended up coming up here, I believe. I ended up coming out through the waterfall this time. Not just yet. Soon. Bottoms of the trees there, the bamboo. Or I might come out on the beach this time. I tried to get out here, but I couldn't. I mean, that looks like I'm out, but I'm not. At one point, I got kind of freaked out. I was hoping I wasn't stuck forever. And that's kind of cool. The water looking up at the sun. Sun reflect. I mean, the sun. There. See, I came out on the beach. Now, I think what I decided to do here was go in someone else's island or someone else's portion of the island and go through their tunnel and see if I can do it. And that's when it actually gets kind of cool. Just kind of looking around to see if anything was different. So that barrier is so that you can't go into someone's island when they're not there. So I tried to find one that did have somebody there, which this one did. And then I went over to the cave. So here I'm going through their cave and I kind of do my little routine here, jumping up. No, it takes a couple tries. It took me a couple tries. This one, it seemed it was like a little more difficult. I don't know why. There we go. Alright, so this is where it gets kind of cool. So, same situation. It all looks similar, but if you notice, there's sprites floating right there. There's about 5 sprites, but that's not the coolest part. This room, I jump onto the room, and there's humongous sprite just chilling. And I'm surprised. That's why I'm just standing there looking at it like, what is this? So I try to interact. Um, I wanted to take him. Went inside of him. And you could see people landing. You could see. Try to get up on top of that mountain. Couldn't really do it. But there's the sprites. A peanut, an earth, and 3 other ones. You can't really use your hands in this to swing. You don't really have anything with you. Let's see, that's like a clear picture of a different building down there. And then I end up getting stuck. I went up into one of these cubes that you see. I think it's coming up here. So this cube here, I went up in it, and I'm kind of inside of the bottom of a building maybe. And I'm never not able to get out of this. Never found a way out. And the game kicked me out and placed me back on my island, which I thought was weird. See, it kind of goes black and then it just drops me back on my island. And then um, I kind of just stopped. I think maybe I went back once more, try to go in through someone else's, but then I realized everyone had left, so I was the only island that was open. No one else's island was open, and I kind of just left it like that. So yeah, kind of interesting. I thought I'd share it. Let me know what you guys think, and if I find anything else, I'll post it.